So hi, my name is Crystal.
And my name is Ashley.
And we came up with a theory for the movie Us that's coming out in March. It's the new movie by Jordan Peele. So we're gonna show you little things that we came up with and what we think this movie is about.
Okay, sorry, Crystal and I are not YouTubers, nor do we have experience talking in front of cameras, and so this whole theory came out very clunky and awkward, and it's very difficult to edit, but we worked very hard and long on this theory, and we still wanted to share it, so we're gonna try a whole new format, so just bear with us. So here is our theory for the entire plot of the movie Us. The little girl that is shown in the previews is actually the young version of the mom in the film, instead of being a part of the family or a random bystander. This is evidenced by the t-shirt that she wears is an old Thriller t-shirt. She's never shown in any scenes with the rest of the family. When she is shown, the people in the background seem to be wearing 80s clothes as well.
So young Adelaide undergoes a stressful experience and is sent to a facility that specializes in treating people who have been through traumas. Here they cut the trauma parts out of the brain and put each half in a body. The trauma-free brain and new body are free to go live their lives with no recollection of what happened, while the trauma version, called the tethered, are stuck at the facility. This is what happens to Adelaide. However, one day, her tether escapes the facility. She encounters her tether at the beach in a room of mirrors, and the tether tries to choke her. However, she manages to get away.
Though young Adelaide is wary of what happened, she believes it to just be a weird dream. She moves away, meets her husband, and has her 2 children. One day, there is an incident involving the family. We believe it to be a fire or maybe a car accident. Regardless, this accident leaves the family emotionally scarred and beyond repair. Remembering how she handled her own traumas, Adelaide decides to send her family to the facility she attended in her youth. There they split the family from their traumas. Because of the fire, their tethers have singed brows and Jason has his burn wounds from the accident. However, it is an imperfect split and the new family has some side effects, such as Jason wearing a mask because he subconsciously remembers the burns. Regardless, they go off and live their lives with no recollection of the crash or the facility. Only Adelaide knows about the facility from her encounter in her youth. Later, the family returns to Adelaide's hometown for a beach trip. While at the beach, Jason wanders off and sees another escaped tether. Though we're not entirely sure what happens at this point, we believe it's indicative that all of the tethers locked up in the facility have now escaped and are seeking vengeance. Meanwhile, Adelaide panics about Jason wandering off because she remembers her own experience at that very beach. However, they find Jason and he is unharmed. The whole family returns home for the evening, and this is where we see the scene of the family standing in the driveway. In this part of the video, the drawing is cut off a little because I'm garbage and don't know how to film things, so please just ignore that and listen to what we're saying.
So all of the tethers from anyone who has been in the facility have now somehow escaped, finding their other halves and confronting them. This is why you see tethers of other races and people lying in the street. This is affecting more than just this one family. The scissors are their choice of weapon for a few reasons. Scissors are 2 parts that make up a whole, just like the tethers and the clean brain people. They also represent how the tethers seek to cut out or untether themselves. This is why on the movie poster, the scissors look like 2 people back to back.
All of these elements come together to contribute to the central theme of mental health. This movie is clearly a statement on how unaddressed traumas can come back and haunt or even kill you. You cannot cut away your traumas, and as the tagline of the movie states, you are your own worst enemy. This is supported by the fact that Jordan Peele loves to make socially conscious horror films, and mental health is an issue that is facing our general public today. In addition, there are Rorschach I can't say it or spell it as you can see in the video, but there are Rorschach tests seen as the background for the text that appears in the trailer. Jordan Peele has come out and said that this movie is about a black family, but it's not necessarily about race. This coincides with our theory because this movie could be a statement about how different races of people handle mental health in different ways. Lastly, Jordan Peele has come out and said that this movie takes place in the same universe as the movie Get Out. Even though the plot lines are completely different, It's clear that in both of these movies, the technology used to do brain reassignment and cloning exists.
The motif of rabbits is seen throughout the film, such as on the daughter's shirt, the toy on their son's bed, on the film poster, and hopping around the facility. We think that these are hints to say that the trauma brains are being kept in the form of rabbits. How? We don't know. Back in the day, the tethers were kept as humans, but they were prone to escaping, like young tethered Adelaide did. So the owners of the facility decided to keep their brains in rabbits so that they were more inconspicuous and easier to control. This is why we see rabbits with blue human-like eyes in images of rabbits and humans roaming the halls. In addition, the facility could be doing tests on the rabbits, which is why the tethers have supernatural powers.
Our theory brings up the idea of a brain-splitting facility that is holding trauma brains as rabbits, but there is so much more to consider. What is the story with Adelaide's blonde friend? Are the driving gloves specific to the family and their accident? And if so, why does the blonde have one? If all tethers have the driving gloves, then why does young Adelaide not have one? One trailer shows a girl with a sign that reads Jeremiah 11:11. This verse states, "Therefore, this is what the Lord says, I will bring on them a disaster they cannot escape. Although they cry out to me, I will not listen to them." What is the significance of this verse? Is it a reference to how, if they are fighting their own personal demons, that no one can save them but themselves? Why can't Adelaide snap right? Did 2 brain surgeries leave her a little off? What is the significance of the boat? Will that be their escape vehicle? We also see paper dolls in the trailer. We believe this to be representative of how both the tethers and the clean brain people are cut from the same cloth, but both seek to untether themselves from each other. Is there something more to that? Why is there only one black rabbit? Why is Adelaide shown wearing a broken handcuff? Why does Adelaide's blonde friend appear to be cutting her own face with a pair of scissors? These are all questions that we do not have the answers for, but we're very excited to see how they play out in the film. We have considered other theories, like that the tethers are personified versions of the family's worst traits and they are having to fight them off, or that the entire situation is a simulation used to help you confront your demons. But this theory is by far our strongest and our favorite.
We think we've got the theme down for sure. We definitely think it's about mental health. But other than that, we just wanted to take a big swing and we're either gonna just like nail it, knock it out of the park, or we are just gonna miss and pretend that we never had the idea in the first place.
But either way, we had fun trying to figure out what this movie is about, but we can't wait to see it and see if our theory is true or if we were just completely off. But please let us know what y'all think, and we hope y'all enjoyed watching this.
Be sure to click the thumbs up if you like this video. I post videos every Wednesday. I actually don't. So if you subscribe, you're gonna be pretty sorely disappointed.